It's The Big Show, and we're back talking to one of the legends, a big star, and a nice man as well. George Wallace, how are you?
You are so kind, Alex. I'm so happy you're here. I understand every word you're saying. It's a pleasure to have you at the Flamingo. You know, we got a lot of Brits coming here. British come in, a lot of people every night from all over England, everywhere. We have lots of fun, lots of fun. I'm glad you're here. I hope you had a good time.
Well, I did. It's nearly midnight. We've just sat through your show, and what a show it is. Not only do you get free prizes, you get to laugh, you get to see other people, and you get to pay $10 for a bottle of water. How nice. Can you believe that?
I got it made. That's like 20 pounds. How much is that? That's 5 pounds in London or something like that. For a bottle of water. It's all good, you know, but we have to... Somebody's got to pay some bills around here, right?
Welcome to Vegas.
That's our stimulus package in America. Yes.
It didn't stimulate me. Anyway, something that did was your jokes. You're very funny. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I have the greatest job in the world to come out. And you know, I work in London many times. I worked at Queen's Theatre, at the Piccadilly Circus, and many theaters over there. I used to do the Des O'Connor show and things like that. Haven't been for a while because I've been in America and I can't travel like I used to. But your market, there was a magazine newspaper, Daily Star. Something like that, is that right?
Yeah.
And it says this guy was the worst critic of all time. Once we had an American show there with about 32 comedians, and every week 10 comedians would come in. And he said the comedians in America are just horrible. Except George Wallace, he was worth the price. I never will forget that in London, England. So, and he said, boy, we had a wonderful time. So I love London. I love having fun there, and hope to come back someday and work.
Well, we have great passion for comedy, and we don't suffer fools gladly. If you're not funny, we won't laugh. And I don't know whether here you're a little bit more forgiving, because I notice that your audiences are more up for it, whereas we will be, well, make me laugh, and then we'll laugh.
No, you've been good. I've been to Birmingham. I've been to the comedy festival there. I've been to the Laugh. Is the comedy store still at Leicester Square? How do you say?
In Leicester Square.
Leicester Square. Well, it's spelled with a C. Now, let me tell you something right now. Isn't there a C in Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we have lots of fun there, and I need to come back over there and work again. I've worked all over the world, but see, you know what's good about you British? You tend to know more about our country than some of us do.
It must be cool to be you, because you're still popular, and it's not easy to be that, is it? You've been here for so long and you're still contemporary. Why is it so many fail and so many come and go, yet you're still here? Jay
Leno says new jokes, so you got to constantly write new jokes. And as I did the joke tonight, read the jokes, you know, the Obama jokes, things that are happening. You got to read the newspaper every day. I read 5 newspapers every day. Got to keep up on what's happening.
They tell me if you come 5 days on the trot, you'll see 5 different shows, because you kind of go with the flow of the audience. Is that so you don't get bored? Because when you're here night after night, it's got to be tedious if you're doing the same old thing every single night.
A real good comedian should go from A to Z every night. That's what they should do. So you can hone your act. I can't do it. I cannot do that. It's good. It's for me and it's for everybody. Plus, I have so much material. That's why I can change it around every night. So tomorrow night you come back and we'll have a whole church service and bring people out of the audience. You never know who's going to be at my show. For the first time in 25 years, I had Sly and the Family Stone on stage with me. You never know who's going to. Jerry Seinfeld, all of the Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, all of them, Paul Schaefer, all of the entertainers, Tony Bennett. They all stop in to say hello, Prince. You never know. So.
And how does that affect your performance? Do you get nervous? Does it give you an edge? Does it make you more excited to perform?
There's something wrong with you. How would I get nervous? Alex, let me tell you something. They get to do some of my time. Do you do comedy? Because you can come back tomorrow night and do 15 minutes of my time too, okay? No, we have lots of fun. We just no time to get nervous. That's my sex and my drugs when I walk on that stage. So there's no nervous. No, I love what I do. We're just like I'm an uncle or something, like talking to the kids and having fun like that. And as you notice, I got young people, old people, black people, white people, hip-hoppers, and gangbangers in the audience. I have the most diversified crowd in Las Vegas.
I don't want to get too serious because you're a comedian, you're here to be funny, but I was reading an article about you in the magazine on the aeroplane when I flew in last year, and it was about the business side of Vegas, because it is a business. You ain't going to keep the showroom if you're not packing it out every night.
Trust me, and that's the most important thing. So that's where the marketing comes in. You got to go out and to visit different places. I visit every hotel here, every concierge, all the radio stations and television stations. You get out into the community, be a part of the community. The people, a lot of locals in there tonight. It's just good. They don't come out for anybody, and it's just getting more and more and more. And we get the ethnic market. We got the Spanish market coming out now like crazy, and it's just good to have the Mexicans and the Hispanics in the audience. You know, it's just, and I just love it when everybody. I have the greatest job in the world to go out there, and we're just laughing every night.
And one of your opening lines, which isn't true, of course, is that you don't have an act. You just come on and talk on stage, which isn't strictly true because there's a lot of act there. But you do love to find something to go on, to get somebody with a story that you can then run with.
Yeah, you know, because people are from everywhere. You know, look at the guy way in the back nights, and he was from London. One of the lady Julia Knight told a lie. She said she lived in London, but she had an American accent. so you just go with that. You know, you just have fun with it, and everybody just love to laugh and have fun. I just love to see. I like to see the senior citizen having fun. You know, because they're scared to go to a lot of comedy shows. A lot of the comedy shows are real blue, and I don't like to. I'm not the cleanest guy in the world, but we just have fun. You know.
And is there anything you won't talk about, because you do push the boundaries, but in a warm way?
This is true, but you know, I say there's a market for everything. You know, no matter what comedy you do, some people do it blue. There's people out there like that. Some people do this just crazy, or some people are very political oriented, and that's okay too. I talk about everything, anything, and everybody, and I never want to embarrass anybody. I don't ever want to embarrass me. I just want everybody to be at a point where we can laugh at each and every situation in the world.
Do you like the food here? Do you like the buffets, or do you avoid the Strip when you're not working?
I go to every place. Listen, they got some great restaurants. What's good about Las Vegas? The greatest restaurants in the world. I can go. I had a dinner the other night across the street. It was $1,000 for 4 of us. And the next night I went to a restaurant called El Pollo Loco. It was like $18 for all 4 of us. And we can't tell you which meal was better. I live in a hotel upstairs, and I never bought a house here. It's easier to just come downstairs on the elevator, and there's a house up there. It's over 2,000 square feet. So, you know, so we just have fun. I just love what I do.
We'll come back up and have a nap, because I'm exhausted now. It's after midnight. I better let you go.
Get up there, go to the room. Here's a key. Go up there, go to the room in the back, okay? Because I don't want you to be in the same bed when I get up there, okay? Because you're being for a pleasant surprise. roll over.
I'd rather not, if you don't mind. Oh, and very, very finally, you're the only comedian I've ever met who gives prizes out. We saw you give $500 for petrol this evening, 2 airline tickets. Are you insane giving away your money?
Well, that's only, we do that once a year. You just happen to be the night. No, I believe in giving back. You know, and sometimes I think about it, after a week, you know, like tomorrow night somebody will sing, they get money. I just like giving back. I'm kind of like Oprah. And I want to be like Oprah so bad. Well, I want to be a rich black woman. That's what I want to be. But I do. I like giving. I like giving. So much has been given to me. The more you give, the more you receive. I believe that, and I'm the most blessed person you ever met, Alex.
George, it's a real pleasure meeting you, because you're a legend, you're a star, and what I like about you, no matter how long you do it, you still have passion for it, you don't phone it in, and you don't look at your clock all the way through waiting for that 90 minutes to run out, because so many do, don't they?
Everybody, you're supposed to be off on time, because, you know, if you don't get off on time, you pay overtime. And I paid overtime tonight talking too long, but I just have fun, and that's what's good about your job. A lot of people don't like what they do. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow night. Some people think the job is more important than the job is, you know, like the butcher at the grocery store. You ever see the butcher at the market comes out with the blood all over his white jacket? Like we're supposed to think he just came out of real surgery, wearing a hard hat. Well, they're killing back there. Whatever it is must be fighting back. And but I have a good job. And you just mentioned I'm a nice guy, and I want to thank you so much for coming all the way from London. And I don't know whether you're the nicest guy. You're probably not the nicest guy from England, and you're probably not the nicest guy in the world. And it really wasn't nice meeting you. And
George Wallace, thank you very much for insulting me.
I'm not insulting you. But God bless you. Thank you. And you come back anytime. George Wallace always closes by saying, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.